Hello everyone and welcome to Stream and Tech Now. I have an interesting but sad story to share today for those of you that heard of Locast. Use Locast, and by the way, that's just over 3 million of you. Well, they were dealt a serious blow in a court ruling saying they can no longer use revenue from users to expand into new markets. And I actually had a completely different video all done and ready to release this morning when everything changed again. At first, Locast removed that constant interruption where they would ask for donations, and I actually thought, well, hey, that's a good thing, as personally I feel that interruption is what turned many folks away. And now that it's gone, it could potentially bring more viewers back and could ultimately generate more donation revenue due to the increase in volume. Well, today it changed once again, and this time for the worse. Unfortunately, if you open the app, you'll be greeted with this message right here that says, "We are suspending operations effective immediately." As a nonprofit, Locast was designed free from the very beginning to operate in accordance with the strict letter of the law. But in response to the court recent ruling, with which we respectfully disagree, we are hereby suspending operations effective immediately. And if you try to use the app, well, everything is now gone. So it looks like they have stopped everything and will evaluate their position. Now, it could come back and they could end up permanently closing down for good. We just don't know. We'll have to see how it ultimately plays out. So if you aren't familiar with Locast, they have all kinds of local news for many markets and continue to add new regions. And my family used it. We donated a few times because we personally felt the service was worthwhile. And I will say the constant interruption did turn many people away. So what happened? What's the backstory here? Locast was actually sued by the big networks, so like ABC, CBS, Fox, NBC, back in July of 2019. The companies alleged that Locast must have a license to retransmit copyrighted television programming, even though the TV channels are available over the air for free. The lawsuit argued that Locast must secure the consent of the broadcasters to retransmit the broadcast signals in the same manner as cable and satellite and online video services. Locast fought the lawsuit, saying it qualified for a copyright law exemption available to nonprofits. Well, the judge found that Locast doesn't qualify for that exemption because it uses the payments from the viewers to fund its expansion into new markets. The court additionally concluded that by interrupting programming to ask users for donations and by suspending those interruptions based on whether a user makes an actual contribution, the court concluded that those revenues Locast collects in that manner exceed the cost of operating the service because the funds are used to add new markets, rendering Locast ineligible to use that exemption for nonprofit. Locast said the ruling is disappointing and that it's evaluating options on how to proceed. They had a pretty strong stance. Here's what they said. Make no mistake, this case demonstrates once again how giant entertainment companies use copyright control when, where, and how people can receive their local TV broadcast and drive people to buy expensive pay TV services to get their local news and sports. So should Locast decide to come back at some point, they could be forced to change its pricing structure, limit expansion into new markets, or buy retransmission licenses. So what do you guys think about this? Are you a user of Locast? What do you think of this ruling? Are you going to be sad to see this go? I know a lot of people used it. I actually think by removing these interruptions and asking for donations, they could get more viewers and potentially more donations. They should try that strategy. But let us know what you think. It's definitely an unfortunate day as many people relied on this service that couldn't afford basic cable, etc. Guys, thanks so much for visiting today. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Stream and Tech Now.